What's up, amigos? So it feels pretty weird doing a build showcase slash guide. For those who don't know, this is what I started with when I first made Diablo 2 content for the channel. And boy, were they just bad. We've come a long way since the first videos I've made, and I just feel more comfortable making videos in general now. So today I just wanted to show everybody this 200% FCR Nova Sorceress. This is the new 2.4 Nova Source. This is all done in the player test realm, aka the PTR. And this is on single player, players 1, on a hero edited save file, which means I spawned in all the items. This is, a generated character. It's level 99. This is not stuff that I've earned by any means. I just want to make sure that everyone knows that. So if you aren't aware, Nova received a considerable buff, and today we're showcasing the 200% FCR nostalgic build. But I want to let everyone know I'll probably be rolling a Nova Sorceress as my starter build when ladders officially drop. And I'll make a guide on this later because obviously I won't be running 200% FCR when ladders start. It'll probably be about 105 breakpoint. This is an endgame build. 200 FCR is only obtainable with endgame gear, and we will explain and go over that later. The PTR has some obvious flaws, which is why I am on a hero edited save. One being you can't fully test things without hours of prep and farming for good bases and just things you would want to test with. Nova Sorceresses are nostalgic, and yes, they're still played on the current build, but this really gives me the 1.09 vibes. And personally, I think we have a new cow killer, amongst many other things. This build has insane clear speed. I want to say it's probably the same, if not a little bit faster than Javazon's. The only thing that this build lacks is magic finding percentage, but when you're really thinking about it, this is a density farmer, so it's perfect for rune hunting, maybe LK, cows, chaos, world stones. So in this build, we're going to be going over the talent tree, the stats, and the gear. Then we'll showcase the build a bit more at the end of the video. So starting off with our talents, you want to start with 1 point in frozen armor. It's the only thing that we're going to be putting in our code tree. Now moving on to the lightning tree. The 4 things that you want to max are your static field, your Nova, your lightning mastery. 3 things, rather. The other 2 that I have max, which is telekinesis and energy shield, this is an option if you want to run a full energy shield Nova Sorceress. Or if you want to run full vitality, you would in return just max out your warmth and half your points on telekinesis and energy shield. Telekinesis is a synergy for energy shield. As you can see, negative 6% mana consumed per level. So on this build, I do a full energy build. I don't put any points in the vitality. I dump everything else that I have after I hit 156 strength for our spirit shield equip into energy. As you can see, I have 1.4 thousand mana. So now we're going to go ahead and move on to our gear. So the gear. Now, let me reiterate, this is an endgame build. This is endgame gear. It's not possible to hit 200 FCR without certain gear, certain expensive gear. This is not a league start, nor is it a budget build. So with that being said, we are running with the Heart of the Oak, aka the Hodo. This is the 40% FCR, plus 3 skills, resistances. It's just huge, overall huge. It's just a great caster weapon in general, alright? Now, you can use the new Obsession rune word and switch around some gear, but I'm just going to state the obvious. This character is already super expensive to build, and honestly, it's not realistic to have insane plus 3 skills on a 6 open socket Archon staff. It's already hard enough to actually get a white base to drop. I've never, ever seen a 6 OS Archon to drop. So this is just the basic Hodo approach to the 200% FCR Nova. And no, this is not a shot against any other YouTubers who have showcased the new Obsession rune word. So, moving on. The helmet of choice is Griffins. You absolutely need this, the 25 FCR. If you were to rock a 220 circlet, Dia, whatever it may be, you wouldn't be able to hit your 200% breakpoint. The amulet, 220. Ignore the other stats. You do not need this $1 million amulet. You are just looking at a 220 amulet. If you don't have a 220 amulet, or you opt not to for some reason, you would then need to switch up your rings a bit. Instead of one 10 FCR ring, as you see here, you would need 2 of them. And this would, in turn, replace your Stone of Jordan, which is pretty massive to the build given +1 the skills and 25% increased mana. For our shield, it's a spirit shield. You absolutely need 35% FCR. For our chest piece, we are wearing the skin of the Viper. This is a must-have. It's a 30% FCR. You can't wear anything else. For the sake of this build, I definitely recommend having a 30 to 35. 35 being the highest, obviously, all resistance. And make sure you're upping it because defense and the faster hit recovery are pretty crucial to the build. We're going to be tele-stomping into everything. So a little bit extra defense always helps. Now, as you can see, I do not have facets on me. All right, so with the Griffins and the Viper, I would put light facets in them, but I just didn't have them. So our gloves of choice are Mage Fist. It gives us +1 to fire, extra point of warmth, not a bad thing, right? 20% FCR, and the regen mana is huge. We already went over our rings. The belt obviously is an arachnid. This is the go-to for any caster. One that skills, 20 FCR, increased mana by 5%. The boots of choice are Ethereal Sandstorm Treks. Now, these have a high defense. It helps us hit the faster hit recovery breakpoint that we're looking for. It gives us 15 the strength, 15 bite, so it helps us hit the 156 strength. And yeah. So, we also have, of course, the 4/6 CTA and swap with your spirit. On the Mercenary, we are running a Fortitude. This is an Ethereal Archon. We have an Andes. This is not Ethereal. And right now, we're running an Infinity. Now, we're going to briefly go over the inventory. Okay? So, min-max in this build with charms is probably the most expensive part. And personally, I hate going over charms in these build guides because this is perfectly min-maxed. And it's just not realistic for 99.9% of the player base. But this is what's in this inventory. I have 8 25s, 8 25 small charms, 20 life, all resistance +5 is what I mean. I have 5 40 life lightning skillers. This is the most important one in the build. The 12% faster hit recovery skiller. This helps us hit that breakpoint that I was talking about earlier. Then, of course, we have just a perfect Geeds and perfect Annie, perfect Torch. And as a lot of you can probably tell, this is why I don't like going over inventory and charm guides at all. Because, again, realistically, 99.9% of players do not have a perfect Torch, do not have a perfect Annie, do not have crazy charms. Okay? So, we already went over the stats. You need 156 strength. You have a choice whether you want to go Vite or Energy. I'm going Energy Shield. And yeah, that's it. So, I'm going to go ahead and play a video of me just wiping out a cow level real quick. This is the 200% FCR Sorceress. Again, 1.09 vibes for sure. And yeah, so as usual, if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be alerted when new content is uploaded, and leave a comment down below what you'd like to see next. So until next time, happy hunting, amigos.
Yes?